Hello, all you beautiful souls out there. This is Sherry X Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our daily energy check where we're going to check in with the energy, see what's going on. I hope you're having a wonderful day in the world, wherever you may be. With this coming out, maybe you're not. And if you're not, if you are feeling any kind of pain, anxiety, depression, worry, I send you a big, big hug at this time. I know a lot of people are struggling with a lot of things right now, to include myself. And I've seen a lot of pain. I've been feeling it on a deep level. I have deep empathy, and I feel things very, very, very deeply. So I've been feeling a lot of people's. I've had a lot of releases, crying bouts, not for my own life and not for circumstances in my own life, but for people around me. I've seen the pain and I feel it in others. And my heart goes out to you if you're struggling with anything at this time. If you are, struggling and you need help, please, I hope that you will reach out to somebody and get the help you need or find support in some way. So let's see what else we got going on here. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, opportunity, a second chance at something. I don't want to tailor my readings specifically to love, but love sometimes comes through. And, the thing is with second chances can be anything. Pain can be attributed to anything in our lives. It doesn't have to revolve around a specific person. But there is this, with this coming through, if you're looking for someone to come back into your life, this is saying that opportunity may present itself for someone to show back up in your life, that you may have a chance to make amends with and reconcile with. But I'm feeling, if that is the case, it's someone that caused you pain. So the challenge around that is, unless we heal the circumstance that caused the pain, either you both together transform and change in some way that you no longer create the same circumstances that created that pain, or one of you has to change how they approach things, to make sure that pain doesn't come around again. So, for instance, if someone is acting in a certain way that you don't like, that causes you pain, your choice is you either, and they come back around and you realize they have not changed. Well, then you have to decide, set those boundaries, healthy boundaries for yourself, and decide, is this something that is acceptable, that I can deal with, and that I can not internalize so that it doesn't cause me pain? Or if I can't do that, then I need to set a boundary with this person, and say, I'm not going to do this the same way, or, just interact with them in a different way, kind of just be a little bit guarded. It's okay to be guarded with people. It's protecting ourselves. We can still let people in, but keep them at a safe distance, until they show us that we can allow ourselves to let that guard down. We can let those walls down. And that takes time of someone showing us that they mean well, that their intentions are good, influences, attachments, third parties, peers. It could be, if this is a person that we're talking about, it seems to be going in that direction. Mostly overall, I'm guessing, people coming here might have a person in mind, that they're wanting to reconcile with, or that may potentially be coming around to reconcile with. This person may have had somebody whispering in their ear that basically gave them bad advice, okay? Or that they were taught, growing up, they could have been taught that they behave in a certain way based on the way they were taught. They mimicked others. They're the role models, so to speak, that their experiences taught them to be that way. And so that second chance card came out again. We're going to go ahead and pull that one out, because apparently this is wanting to be a reading about reconciliation of some kind. Now, we can reconcile with something. It doesn't have to be a person. For instance, a job or an opportunity comes around, like it could be that within ourselves there's something that we're giving ourselves a second chance to do something differently, or to do something we always wanted to do and never did. Maybe the timing or the circumstances weren't right at the time, like when we originally thought about wanting to do something. Like, what if you wanted to write a book, or to be a performer of some kind, or if you wanted to learn some skill set, but at the time, like, the circumstances or the timing just wasn't right around doing that. This is the energy that's saying you have a chance to do something new, to revisit something, to do something differently than, like, a second chance at doing something. Okay, whether that's somebody coming back in your life, but this also applies to you and pertains to you, that at this time you have the ability to do something that that you've always wanted to do and hadn't had the chance to. So I'm going to actually put this down here in the corner, because I want the oracle deck that wanted to come out and play today. And by the way, if you've been watching my readings since I've come back from my trip, I've been pulling daily. I've been pulling a yes no question. We're not doing that today. So I did that on several videos today. I was told not to do that. I have to listen to my inner guidance, and said not to do that today for whatever reason. So I would suggest, if you want to do a yes or no question, pick one of the readings I've done in the past week. All of those readings should have a yes or no question option at the end, so you can go right to, you can fast forward to that and get the answer that you're looking for. If you have a yes or no question, just pick the video in the last week that you're drawn to, and that might have the yes or no answer that you're looking for. I wouldn't just go to one that gives you the answer that you want, but of course, but I would, like, what video you're drawn to, and then ask your question, pick the video that you're drawn to, and then go to the answer at the end and see what the answer is for you. That's what I would suggest if you're looking for that option today, or when you find this reading, because this reading is timeless. So what's our overall energy? 34, the gift of neutrality. I kind of was touched on that really briefly, and when I was talking earlier about doing things a different way, or of coming into a space in a neutral energy. You can have your guards up, you can keep your distance, and keep someone or something at arm's length until they show you that, and something just has to be done differently. And usually, I kind of also talked about the fact of, not internalizing something. So a lot of times, we cause our own pain because we take something, we internalize it, we take it on and make it our own. I'm seeing this happen in the world today, and this is part of my sadness and grief that I am carrying as a burden. Is this seeing the pain that's out there, but most understanding that a lot of people are creating their own pain because they're internalizing what is going on in the world. They're sitting there, glued to media and current events and things like that, and they're internalizing that and making it their own and making it their story, and we don't realize that we have the power to tune that out, or to be neutral about it and say, I'm not going to let this affect me and affect my life. But so many people right now are letting world events affect them personally. They're not keeping a neutral stance. They're letting things affect them on a deep level and causing themselves pain and grief and animosity when they don't need to. They don't need to take that on. They're choosing to take that on. They're choosing to feel that pain. And it kind of makes me sad, it kind of really does. But that's another thing. But we have 34 here, the gift of neutrality. So balance is at work in your life Yin and yang are opposite energies, but reside side by side to create the gift of neutrality. This is all about balance. This is the card. This can be the card of judgment too. It's really about being neutral. You know, if you think of about a judge is supposed to be objective. They're supposed to be neutral. They're supposed to hear all sides of the story and then make a decision. That's what I feel like is really coming through, especially when it comes to the second chance. You know, if someone comes back around or an opportunity comes back around, it's telling us, you know, to be objective to it, to be objective to whatever that second chance is, and to weigh the pros and cons, be objective, hear, you know, hear all the details, all the facts, almost that King of Swords energy of get all the facts in, you know, before you make a decision, to make sure you're in balance, make sure the decision you make is from a balanced, neutral space when it comes to this situation or this, whatever this thing is. So let's go ahead and get our tarot. This is another big deck. Had a big deck yesterday, and it took up a lot of space, but we'll see what happens. This is the Tarot of Dreams deck, if you're curious, and this was the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. So we have the King of Wands here coming out. Look at all that fire energy. Even in that, there's fire, and we have to be careful. Because with the King of Wands, one of the things with the King of Wands is a very passionate king. It is about taking action. So this is someone that can have confidence, that can come in with a lot of passion, a lot of, you know, a lot of desire to make something happen. You know, they got that energy, that passion, that drive behind them to take action and do something, to make something. But we have to be careful with this energy, whether this is you or someone else, because this also can be someone that wants to have their way. Okay, we can almost want to push our will onto someone or something else when we're in this King of Wands energy. Trust me, I'm a double fire sign. I understand this energy all too well as being a Leo sun, that I have a lot of passion, a lot of determination. When I put my passion and energy and effort towards something, I give it 120%. Well, that can be a detriment at times, because I'm almost stubbornly pushing my will onto other people or other things, and it can cause problems. So we have to be careful. And so again, this comes to this like a balance. There's a need to balance this, or temper. That's a good temperance. We need to temper this fire, this passion, a bit. And I like that this pentacle energy is coming out with the 10 of Pentacles. So this is saying this is something we want to go after. This could be someone coming back around, you know, for a second chance, but their goal is they want something. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. They see something that they desire, you know, for their long term, something tangible they desire as an outcome. Okay, but they're wanting to use a lot of force and will to do that. So this is something, you know, you may have to, if this is somebody that's coming in, if it's incoming energy for you. I'm driving this nuts because I feel like I feel like things are not like, I'm sorry, it's just I'm straightening. I have a little bit of OCD. So I think a lot of us readers do, in a sense. But I diverge here. Let me get back on track. So if this is the incoming energy that is coming in, just be aware that don't let this person fuel you, because we did talk about that pain and internalizing things. This is somebody that could come in a little hastily and a little with not a lot of plan, you know, like, so it could cause conflict. It could rile some things up, which is why the advice that's coming through very strongly here is this temperance, is this tempered energy, to be balanced, to make sure that you're in a good place, that you're balanced when this comes in. And it's also talking about, if this is you, if this is your energy, it's not someone coming back around. You're like, I'm married, I don't have somebody coming back around, it's not a love thing. That's perfectly fine. If this is you, that you're looking at giving something in your life a second chance, it's, again, don't be cautious with getting in this King of Wands energy of being so desperate, or pushing your will so hard to get something that you're wanting, that it's not tempered energy, that you may be, putting too much pressure, or you could be putting too much pressure on yourself to achieve something. This could actually be a energy of where you're putting so much of yourself into something to make something happen, that you could exhaust yourself. So there's that too, there's that dynamic. So you have to be really cautious with that, okay? Whether it's you or someone else, if it's someone else coming in, or something that's coming back around to you, just know that, be, don't let them excite you, get, or potentially understand that the energy is fired up, so it could be potentially volatile. Let me put it that way. So just be cautious with that. It could be, that energy is not energy that can be, let me put it this way, this energy is not energy that could be maintained for the long haul. That's the thing about the King of Wands. They have a lot of confidence, they have a lot of passion, they put a lot of energy up front, but it's hard for them to maintain it. Think about fuel, fire, it burns out, unless it's continually fueled. It has to be continually fueled to keep going. And at some point, we run out of that fuel if it's not being fed from some source. So you can, when somebody's in this energy, or if you're in this energy, it's something you can't maintain, which is why it has to be balanced with another type of energy. And I understand the drive that's here to get something, to have a practical outcome, to have some kind of outcome that is tangible, that you can see, but you can't do, you have to be careful of your approach, is what's coming through. I have two cards that wanted to come out, and we're gonna do it that way. Now let me see. Yeah, I had a feeling I was going to have to move these cards over because they are so big. So let's see if we can get more space here. Let's see if we can get these all in. There we go. That's much better. Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords here and the Queen of Pentacles. Again, there's this desire, to gain something, to gain some kind of stability, abundance, to be more secure in our, this is what's coming. The drive, I feel like the driving factor is this need for stability and security. I think this is what the Ace of Swords, it's wanting to, there's something that's coming clear of how we can gain that stability and security and abundance. Whether that be, like, it could be someone attached to you that's realizing being with you would create, they want that long term because it would create something. They're seeing you as stable, secure, that they've got the clarity around that their long-term stability and abundance would be tied to you. If it's a person, if this is you, it's you realizing something in your life that would create this abundance and stability and security for you, and having the desire and the drive to go after it. Again, like I said, it could be a second chance for you to do something that you always wanted to do and never did take the chance to do it, which is why it's that returning energy. So we have the Emperor fueling This is a strong desire to take action. This is someone that's coming from, I know what I want and I'm going to take it. I'm going to do everything in my power to do what it takes to make this happen. Very strong, determined energy. And I was feeling that. That's why I said something. I was feeling that. Oh my gosh, I was feeling that. And then we have the Three of Coins. So this is working. This is building the foundation of teamwork, of working, starting the effort toward building toward that ten of coins, that 10 of pentacles, which I really like. This is good, because this is the way you should start it. It should start from that, from that base. So this could be someone, definitely, if you're someone that's thinking about or starting a business or wanting to start a business or contemplating starting a business. This is that energy of someone that's bossing up. Okay, they're bossing up, taking charge of something. They're wanting to make something happen. They're putting all their time, effort, and energy toward a goal. Okay, to make something happen. What's this clarity? What's this clarity? The Ace of Swords. What's this clarity? That we need to invest in something. So this is either, like I said, someone attached to you. If it's romantic, it's someone attached to you that's they got the clarity to realize they need to invest the time, effort, the time, energy, and effort into that this is something important to them. You are something important to them. If this is a person coming back in, and it doesn't have to be romance. It can be somebody that just says that realizes you're an important person in my life. I need to have you in my life. I need to work on this relationship, whether it be a friendship, a family member, or a lover. It could be even your spouse saying, hey, my person's going to leave me if I don't start putting in the work. I don't want to let them leave. Like, I realize their value, their importance in my life. Even if it's a friend, it's saying, I understand that being connected to this person is valuable to me. It will help my abundance and security and stability. And, I see them as somebody I want in my life for the long time, for the long haul, even as a friend, because knowing them, having them in my life brings value. It brings value to my life is basically what it's saying, so I want to have them. So it's somebody determined to have you in their life in some capacity. Okay. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to do that. They're willing to put in the hard work. I love this. This is actually really, really, really good energy. But you have to understand, this is someone that it could burn out and fade away, because it is coming in under this really strong, passionate energy that needs to be tempered to make it enduring. Okay. So even though they're coming in under this energy of being so determined right now at this moment in time, can they sustain it is the question. And that's why I feel like the overall energy came out as this neutrality, because you have to see over time, can this person sustain it, or can this be sustaining? Because even if it's a business, or say you're starting a business, you don't understand until after a while, after you've started the business and gone, it takes time to understand, is this business going to be lucrative and sustainable and productive and abundant? That just takes time to figure that out. So we have to just, we keep having to put time and effort into it, to make it sustainable, and hope that it will be sustainable. But we won't know until, over it. It takes time. All of this takes time to understand, if it is sustainable. So give me a clarifier on this Queen of Pentacles, please. The Queen of Coins, Queen of the World card. So this is about something, it's about cycles, but it's also the end of something in a new beginning. So I feel like it's focusing on, whether that's you, someone else, or something attached to you. It doesn't matter. You can take it as it resonates. It can be both, both sides of the coin here. I feel like that there's this realization that happened, whether it's you or them or both of you, in different ways. It could be you and someone else, but their focus is on you, and that's what they're realizing. Like a cycle has come to an end of them thinking that you're not important or not valuing you and your want they understand, they realize, that's the realization that occurred here, is they realize your value, so they're ready to do something different. They're ready to turn the wheel, um, in the cycle of the way they acted before. They want to do something differently. They're I kind of like the world energy being here, because it's saying I want to do something differently than I've always done it. I realized that the way I did things in the past wasn't working. Now, like I said, again, the caution here is it sustainable? Okay. Because even when we have the world, the next card is the fool. The fool takes risks, but there's no guarantees. There still isn't that stability. So it really is, I feel like I'm really surprised temperance didn't come out in some way. But this really is about, you know, making sure to stay in a neutral place and with this, and give it time to understand how it's going to play out in the long term. Because everything, like if this is a person coming in, everything that they're going to show you, it's going to look wonderful and magnificent. They're going to be putting in the effort. They're going to be, really showing their best side of themselves. But is it sustainable? And that's only time will tell. And that's why you can't get you have to be balanced and neutral in your energy. If it's someone coming in or something that, you have to see if, give the time. Don't take it in, don't take all this beautiful, wonderful stuff and effort in and say, oh, just be realistic about it. Don't just assume that this is going to be sustainable. Let this person show you over time, just enjoy the ride, so to speak. Enjoy the ride. Let things unfold the way they're meant to unfold. But don't get upset. Don't allow yourself to or cause yourself pain, in the way of expecting something to be sustainable in the long term when you don't know that, especially if this is somebody in the past who has proved themselves to be unreliable to you, like that they have had a history of coming in and being unstable, like where they come in and they may be great for a minute, but then, then it's like what happened, because what happens is this is somebody who in the moment they have a lot of energy. Maybe they've built up their energy and they have a lot of energy to do something in the moment, but then they deplete their energy. And so then when they deplete their energy, it's somebody that has to learn that this is somebody coming in that needs to learn the lesson of balancing their energy. And if this is you, then the advice here is to make sure, if you're starting a business or starting something new, make sure that you're balancing your energy, that you're not sinking so much of your time, effort, and energy into something that you're gonna burn out. Make sure you're doing it at a nice cadence or nice pace, to make sure it's sustainable. So this goes on both sides. So it's understanding someone coming in they could be in an energy that's not sustainable, and to not get upset if they disappear again. I think that this, if it's someone coming in, I do feel the good intentions. I do feel that they do want to work on it. They do have good intentions. They do want to make the effort, but they might be doing it because they're so that they've had this epiphany, that you're important in their life, and they're like gun ho wanting to do everything it takes to make it happen, but not realizing that putting all that effort in is going to wear them out, because it's not who they are. at a, at a base level in their day-to-day life. That's not who they are. This is just somebody that even it's like that spark of action, to give you the courage, the confidence to do something. You need that. We need that energy, the King of Wands energy, because it is that energy that exudes confidence and says, hey, I can do this, but it has to be tempered with the other kings, which is good that the Emperor is here, because the Emperor, that's why I said I feel like this person has good intentions. With the Emperor embodies all the kings. But again, the Emperor is someone that can be stubborn and can force their will, that can try and get their way, because they want something so bad, so there is that kind of caution there, to just be, I think it kind of is a just, the awareness. I think this reading is to allow you to understand and be aware, whether it's you or someone else, to if it's you, to temper that, to make sure that whatever you're being pulled to start, that you're not overdoing it. If it's someone coming in, they're not going to hear this message. They're not going to know to not overdo it. So they may wear themselves out. They may come in hot and heavy. They may do all the right things, and they intend to continue that, but they may wear themselves out doing it because it's not who they are on a day-to-day basis. So they may kind of fall back a little bit, because they've got to learn their balance. They've got to learn their cadence, their rhythm, and what is sustainable for them. They got to understand how, like, how can they do this? How can they come into your life and in a way that they can sustain it, but give you enough to show you your value. So it's someone trying to figure that all out, that maybe is not sure how to do it the right way, possibly. So it's just to be aware of that. So that's what our reading is for today. I hope that helped you in some way. I think there's some good advice here that came through today. If it resonated, I hope you'll hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, I really hope you'll consider subscribing. I do. It does help my channel. And for me, it's not about the numbers. It's not. I mean, you can see from my readings, I don't get a lot of views. And that's fine. I put the intention in my readings that the people that need to hear my readings hear my readings. The people that need them, that they find them. That's the intention. It's not about the money. It's not about making numbers. It's not about any of that for me. It's about being out here and helping people. And that's what's important to me, to help people, to help give you the information that you may need at the time you need it, which is why I do these timeless readings, why I don't do the sign readings, because these are messages that are coming through that I'm channeling from spirit, that people need to hear at this time. When they find this reading, they'll find it when they need it, which is what's important. It's not about the numbers and the algorithm, but the way you can help is if you hit that like button and you subscribe to my channel. What it does is it does circulate the video more, so more people that need the reading can get access to the reading, and that's the important key. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's saying, I'm going to help circulate this reading so that the people that need it the most will have access to it, that they'll see it, that it's not that it's kind of like a way to circumvent, the clamps that Google puts on for the algorithm. So it helps more people. So by helping me in that way, although it's not really necessarily helping me, but by doing those small things, you're helping others. You're helping others that may need this reading that wouldn't get it otherwise. I hope that helps, put some perspective on when you're on the fence of when you're watching a reading, whether, should I hit this like button? Should I comment? Should I interact with this channel? Is this a message you feel other people need to hear? Even if it doesn't resonate with you, even if it doesn't feel right for you, is this a message you feel like other people might need to hear? If so, hit that like button or leave a comment, which helps circulate the video and helps that person maybe get the message that does need it, even if you don't. Okay, just important notes to think about when you're watching videos. Okay, so thank you once again. I wish you the very best. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my lovely friends. I hope you have a wonderful and terrific day today.